Pope Francis says, reject every form of corruption which diverts resources from the poor. So, see something, say something, and don't hesitate to do something about it by reporting any act of economic crimes to relevant authorities for a better Nigeria. Hello, and thanks for joining us on another episode of The Eagle. My name is Aisha Muhammad.
Imagine a society where everything works. Durable road networks, stable electricity supply, portable water, well-equipped and functional healthcare facilities, quality education for all, affordable housing schemes, social security benefits, job creation, and a lot more that makes life comfortable to live. That is an ideal society. We can only achieve these if we all play our part. Say no to corruption to enjoy these benefits. Kill corruption to save Nigeria. This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
On our lineup today, 2018 Anti-Corruption Day, President Muhammadu Buhari charges African youth to own anti-corruption fight. Magu warns against vote buying, calls for youth participation. No more hiding place for looters, Magu says. Senate confirms Olukoyode as EFCC Secretary. This and more reports will come your way right after this timeout. Please stay tuned. Corruption is a complex social, political, and economic phenomenon that affects all countries around the globe. And as such, 9th December of every year has been declared as World Anti-Corruption Day to raise awareness on corruption and find ways of combating it. This year was no different, as the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), as usual, had events lined up to commemorate the day and to provide solutions to curbing the menace. Kamil Gebi has details of activities held at different fora to mark the day. Over to you, Kamilo.
President Muhammadu Buhari has charged African youth to own the fight against corruption. The president made this known at the opening ceremony of a two-day African Youth Congress Against Corruption held at the State House Conference Hall in Abuja. The event, which had participants from all over Africa who had converged on Abuja to hold the inaugural African Youth Congress Against Corruption, tagged the Africa 2018 AYCAC Summit, was held to commemorate the 2018 World Anti-Corruption Day. The president said the young people of Africa must own the fight against corruption so as to win it. He urged them to effectively ensure that natural and mineral resources remain on the continent. Buhari, who is also the African Union anti-corruption champion, expressed optimism that African youth will rise to the great task of ridding the continent of corrupt practices. Declared the year of combating corruption a sustainable path to Africa's transformation, the 2018 Congress, which had in attendance young anti-corruption crusaders and participants from the 5 African regions, provided the youth the opportunity to deliberate on how to advance the corruption fight in their various countries. President Buhari stressed that African youth must remain at the front and center of restoring traditional African values of probity, integrity, diligence, and hard work.
We stand for building bridges. The youth have a unique opportunity to spearhead the building of intergenerational and cross-sectional bridges in our various communities. Often, fighting corruption requires partnerships with unlikely allies.
In his opening remarks, Magu, who spoke on behalf of anti-corruption agencies, said that the demonstration of the political will to fight corruption by the president should serve as a motivation for all. Magu said the president's action has ensured the independence of the anti-corruption agencies to operate without intervention or restrictions. The EFCC boss stressed that it is imperative for all of Africa to come together and fight corruption to rescue the nation and the continent so as to secure the future of the teeming youth.
On behalf of all the anti-corruption agencies in Nigeria, I want to express our collective appreciation for the most gracious and kind opportunity given to deliver this brief remark at this very important occasion of the inauguration of the African Youth Congress Against Corruption. In our capacities as law enforcement agencies, standing in the front line of the fight against corruption, we want to state clearly and unambiguously that the levels of corruption in Nigeria and on the African continent are unacceptably high and calls for urgent action. Corruption has remained a pervasive concern, undermining social, economic, and political progress across different levels. I therefore wish to salute the decision of the head of state of government of the African member state for the bold and courageous endorsement of His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari as the champion to lead the continual war against corruption on the continent. Rightly so, the champion has displayed and continues to display unwavering political commitment to fight corruption in Nigeria and by extension the African continent.
While assuring the African youth that the EFCC will not betray the anti-corruption mandate given to it by the people, Magu said the Commission remains firm and resolute as to confront corruption boldly and courageously until all corrupt elements and their destructive practices are defeated. Highlight of the event was an exhibition of EFCC's achievements. Acting Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ibrahim Mustafa Magu, has called on Nigerians to ensure that they don't get involved in vote buying, but rather remain cautious as the 2019 elections approach. Magu gave the charge at the Anti-Corruption Walk and Marathon, which held at the Eagle Square, Abuja, organized by the EFCC as part of activities marking the 2018 United Nations Anti-Corruption Day celebration, themed Say No to Corruption. Every no counts. The anti-graft boss said every Nigerian need to enjoy the dividends of democracy through credible elections and urges all citizenry not to succumb to any political pressure but to say no to vote buying.
The fight against corruption has come to stay. Don't bring corruption back. I'm telling you, it has stayed. There's no going back. We are going to fight. And I want to call on you, all of you, everybody here, to join in the fight against corruption, because that is the only thing you can do to save this country.
Holding posters that had on them inscriptions like "Youth earnestly say no to corruption" and "Do not shield corrupt persons," exposed them, Magu said that the war against corruption was not one that should be left to the EFCC alone, but one which was to be waged collectively by all Nigerians. A marathon was also held simultaneously with the walk after the EFCC acting chairman and some dignitaries kicked it off. The marathon also started from the Eagle Square and had in attendance Chairman House Committee on Financial Crimes, Honorable Kayode Oladele, Nigeria's first female Olympian gold medalist, Chioma Ajunwa, sportsmen and women including Mary Onyali, Garba Lawal, Henry Amike, Tijani Babangida, Samson Siasia, who represented the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development, Ayo Ojuroye, Chief Executive Officer, Bet Niger, and members of the Nigerian Youth Service Corps. The event, which was the first of its kind, was held to convey the anti-corruption message to Nigerians and was organized by the EFCC in partnership with the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, Athletics Federation of Nigeria, AFN, and Fair Play International. Winners at the Anti-Corruption Marathon received various prizes, including cash prize of 1 million naira for a staff of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Deborah Pam, who came first in the female category, winning in a record time of 1 hour 17 minutes and 58 seconds. Cash prizes of 500,000 naira and 200,000 naira went to Elizabeth Nuhu and Olude Fadikemi, who came second and third respectively. In the men's category, Shehu Mazu came tops in a record time of 1 hour 4 minutes, with Goyed Gideon following in second place and Emmanuel Gang coming in third place. The 2018 anti-corruption walk was staged across the various offices of the EFCC across the country. In the southeast zone of the EFCC, Magu, who was represented by the zonal head, Usman Imam, stressed the need of having a conscious determination to resist attempts by individuals, organizations, and systems to do that which denies integrity, transparency, honesty, and equality. Head Uyo Zonal Office Abdul Karim Chukol urged Nigerians to take the fight against corruption seriously and use the media to create more awareness on the ills of corruption, while using the same tool to expose corrupt practices so they can be dealt with and corrected. At the Ibadan Zonal Office, Abdul Rashid Bawa, who on behalf of the acting EFCC chairman welcomed participants including members of the civil society organizations, non-governmental organizations, trade unions, collaborating agencies, youth corps members and the press, said the no must count more than ever before. He said Nigeria is on the verge of another electioneering process and all hands must be on deck to elect credible leaders. The walk was also held at the Kano Zonal Office, Maiduguri Office and Benin Zonal Offices of the EFCC. Speaking to journalists, Zonal Head Benin, Mailafe Yakubu, urged the public to take ownership of the fight against corruption in Nigeria, as corruption was at the intersection of the country's development. In his remark at the Lagos Anti-Corruption Walk, Magu was represented by Director of Operations, EFCC Lagos Zonal Office, Mohammed Abba, observed that the country was not immune to the devastating effects of corruption, and so urged participants to hearken on the call to hop on the fast-moving train of the war against corruption, because no one must be left behind. It is a collective responsibility to take Nigeria out of the woods. Same walk was held in Gombe, Port Harcourt and Kaduna. Prior to the anti-corruption walk, the EFCC had on December 9, 2018 in Abuja organized a novelty match at the Mediterranean Recreation Center. The match was played between the EFCC FC and a team that was made up of the acting EFCC chairman Ibrahim Magu, legendary footballers like John Fashanu, Tijani Babangida, Garba Lawal, and even ace comedian MC Tagwaye, popularly known as Mr. President, and the management staff of the commission. The game ended 2-0, with the acting chairman scoring a goal for the management staff, stroke legendary stars, against officers of the EFCC. Another game saw EFCC FC defeating FC International 6-2.
Turn on it! Yeah, Tijani Babangida is going! Tijani Babangida is going! He dribbled number 1! He dribbled number 2! Oh my God! Oh! This is a light out! You can see Magu there with the ball! Okay! Say no! He's saying go! No! No! You can see what the judges are doing! He's taking another good! He's taking a goal! Oh! 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 Magu have just scored! They have just killed another corruption! Finally, corruption must die. 2-0.
R&B group Cell Plus thrilled spectators to their old classics such as Olufumi, 4 Years, Imagine That, and Call My Name at the event.
Corruption is dishonesty and illegal behavior by people in positions of trust. A public office is a public trust. Do not abuse positions of trust for private gains. Stay away from corruption. Nigeria is a great nation, and it is our responsibility to make the country greater. If you notice any act of corruption, please report to the EFCC via info@efccnigeria.org or call 09 904 4751 or 09 904 4752. You can also call 09 904 4753. This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
The acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC, Ibrahim Mustafa Magu, has said that the long arm of the law will catch up with looters of the nation's commonwealth, insisting that there is no more hiding place for the corrupt. Magu was speaking during the second induction and investiture ceremony of the Compliance Institute of Nigeria, CIN, which held in Lagos. Here are the details.
The EFCC boss, who was inducted as a fellow, Compliance Institute Nigeria, FCIN, described the compliance professionals as corruption hunters. The EFCC chairman, in his acceptance speech on behalf of the inductees, also charged Nigerians to take up the corruption fight, and that they should not leave it to the anti-graft agencies alone. He said it is their responsibility as Nigerians to join the fight. Magu also called on all Nigerians to vote only for honest politicians in the next general elections, irrespective of their political affiliations, stressing that everyone should vote for honest leaders, irrespective of the party he or she belongs to.
I'm here because I want to bring in about 170 corruption hunters into the fore, because they are going to partner with us. There will be no hiding place for the looters. They can't move anything. All Nigerians should take ownership of the fight against corruption. They should join in the fight. It's about this country. We want to save the future of this country.
Earlier in his address, the Institute's president and chairman of the board, Patterson Bolega, described the event as yet another giant stride towards actualizing Nigeria's effort to stem the scourge of corruption, defeat terrorism, instill discipline, and the culture of compliance in Nigeria. He stressed that the induction of the members as professionals have imposed on them challenges of having to, henceforth, stand tall in integrity, impeccable in character, professional in service, alert to global trends, and uphold high ethical and professional standards.
Corruption is a cankerworm, na cankerworm. I said na cankerworm, na cankerworm. Corruption don't finish our country. Nigeria women rise up and come together, oh yeah.
Every woman come out, but we fight corruption together, oh. Every woman fall out, but we kill corruption together, oh.
Them they thief our money, send them obodo yibo. Children they suffer every day, better school in no day. Nigeria women come, oh. Women from every sector, make we fight corruption, we won't kill our country. Them go collect money for light, chop the money, light we no see. Good road and good health we no see. I said na cankerworm, oh. Na cankerworm, oh.
Join the EFCC in its crusade to rid Nigeria of corruption. Naija, now we all know.
The Nigerian Senate has confirmed Olanipekun Olukoyode as the Secretary to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC. The confirmation is in accordance with Section 2, Subsection 3 of the EFCC Establishment Act 2004. Olukoyode, who until his appointment was the Chief of Staff to the EFCC Chairman Ibrahim Mustafa Magu, who was nominated by President Muhammadu Buhari on September 10, 2018 to replace Emmanuel Aremu, whose 5-year tenure expired in July 2018. A seasoned and erudite lawyer with several years of experience at the bar, Olukoyode is a regulatory compliance consultant who specializes in compliance management, corporate intelligence, and fraud management. He is a certified fraud examiner who has led and managed investigations and civil litigations of fraud and financial crimes in international development projects. He is a widely traveled scholar who has attended a number of training programs within and outside of Nigeria, focusing on fraud and corruption investigations. Also specializes in anti-corruption research and analysis, corporate and business intelligence gathering and process. He had his university educations at Lagos State University, University of Lagos, Institute of Arbitration ICC Paris, and University of Harvard Kennedy School of Executive Education. The new secretary is a member of the Fraud Advisory Panel UK and also a member Federal Government Technical Committee on the repositioning of the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit. He was born in Ikere, Ekiti State on October 14, 1969. A big congratulations to you, and from the Eagle crew, we wish you well.
Kyrie. I wanted to change the way I live, but I didn't have to do those things. Now I'm ruling VIP, and all the girls wanna be like me. Yeah. You ask me how I feel in my reality. Gotta tell you truly, it ain't easy now. I feel the pressure to find something wrong to do. Then I remember you reap what you sow. Now I'm sitting staring at the screen of my computer, thinking really hard about what truly matters. What's with all this data? Just to catch a MAGA. He could have been my father or someone else's brother.
For me to take my dough. No need for me to go cafe. I hustle hard to make my pay. No need to do ya, to do ya.
Justice Sunday Basi Onu of the Federal High Court sitting in Kebbi has remanded the former governor of Kebbi State, Usman Said Aikengari, and 2 others in prison custody.
Others charged alongside Aikengari are former secretary to the state, Rabiu Kamba, and Ambassador Sunday Dogonyaro. Aikengari and his co-defendants were arraigned on Thursday, December 6th on a 13-count charge of conspiracy and money laundering to the tune of 450 million naira. The defendants allegedly connived together and collected the sum of 450 million naira, part of the sum of $115 million that was said to have been distributed by the former Minister of Petroleum Resources, Dizani Alisa Madueke, for the purpose of influencing the 2015 general elections. Upon arraignment, the defendants pleaded not guilty when the charge was read to them. Subsequently, counsels representing them moved a bail application on their behalf. The bail application was argued and the matter was adjourned for ruling. In his ruling, Justice Onu granted the defendants bail in the sum of 50 million naira each and 1 surety. The surety must have a landed property within the jurisdiction of the court. The defendants are to deposit their international passports and swear to an affidavit of undertaking that they will never travel out without the leave of the court. The defendants were remanded in present custody pending the fulfillment of their bail conditions. The matter has been adjourned to February 6th and 7th for trial.
Imagine a society where everything works. Durable road networks, stable electricity supply, portable water, well-equipped and functional healthcare facilities, quality education for all, affordable housing schemes, social security benefits, job creation, and a lot more that makes life comfortable to live. That is an ideal society. We can only achieve these if we all play our part. Say no to corruption to enjoy these benefits. Kill corruption to save Nigeria. This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
And with that, we have come to the end of today's episode of The Eagle. You too can be part of this program by sending your inquiries and suggestions to the Eagle at efccnigeria.org or search for us on Google Plus at Official EFCC, Official EFCCNG at gmail.com. You can like our page on facebook.com/Official EFCC or follow us on Twitter at Official EFCC. And of course, you can visit our Instagram page at Official EFCC. To watch our programs and other activities, please log on to youtube.com/Official EFCC. My name is Aisha Muhammad. We'll leave you with the words of A.K. Anthony, who says, "There is no compromise when it comes to corruption. You have to fight it." Goodbye and God bless Nigeria.